You do not need a perfect morning. You need a morning that stops your life from getting hijacked before 9 a.m. Most people wake up and immediately hand their brain to their phone, their messages, and their panic. That is why the day feels heavy before it even starts. Today, I will show you a simple, science-backed morning setup that helps you think clearer, start easier, and stop feeling mentally behind. Not a magic routine, not a billionaire ritual, just habits that actually make mornings less chaotic. And if your mornings are currently just wake up, scroll, regret, this one is for you. The goal is not to become a robot. The goal is to make the first hour of your day work for you instead of against you. Because when your morning is messy, your whole day starts negotiating with your mood. And once that pattern starts, it is annoyingly hard to undo. The first habit is almost too simple, which is exactly why people skip it. Drink water early. You are not fixing dehydration in some dramatic movie scene. You are just giving your body the basic signal that the day has started. After sleeping, your brain and body have been doing maintenance all night. A glass of water helps you feel a little more awake before you start making decisions. That matters because groggy people make sloppy choices. They procrastinate more, snack more, and reach for quick dopamine faster. If you want to work online, build skills, or create something real, those tiny morning choices stack fast. And yes, this leads into the next habit, because water alone does not save a messy brain. The next habit is sunlight, or at least some bright light early in the day. Your body uses light like a clock reset button. When morning light hits your eyes, it helps your brain understand, okay, we are awake now. That does not mean you need to stare at the sun like a cartoon lizard. It means step outside, open the window, or sit near light for a few minutes. This is helpful because many people feel foggy in the morning and then blame themselves for it. Sometimes the problem is not laziness. Sometimes the problem is your brain still thinks it is night. And if you wake up and immediately hide under bad lighting, that fog can linger longer. Most beginners think energy comes from motivation, but energy often comes from environment first. Small physical signals change how your brain behaves. Here's the third habit, and it is the one people secretly avoid. Do something small before you check anything. Not your inbox, not social media, not the comment section. Just one small action that tells your brain, I am in charge. That could be writing 3 lines, making your bed, opening your laptop, or reviewing one task. The point is not productivity theater. The point is momentum. Once you start something tiny, your brain stops treating the day like a threat. That is why mornings often feel hard before action, but easier after action. If you want to build real skills online, this matters a lot. Because people do not usually fail from lack of talent. They fail from too much hesitation at the start. And yes, there is a common mistake here that ruins the whole routine. A lot of people confuse a good morning with a long morning. They think the routine has to be 90 minutes, perfectly arranged, and aesthetically beautiful. That is how beginners turn a useful habit into a performance. You do not need a morning that looks impressive. You need one that is repeatable on a bad Wednesday. That is the real test. Not, can I do this when I feel amazing? But can I do this when I am tired, bored, and slightly annoyed? Because that is life. Now let's talk about the habit that keeps beginners from getting mentally dragged around all day. Delay the scroll. This is not because the internet is evil. It is because your brain is easiest to steer before it gets flooded. If you start with everyone else's thoughts, your own thoughts get crowded out. You check one message, then one video, then one trend, and suddenly your morning belongs to strangers. Then you wonder why you cannot focus on your own work. This is especially bad if you want to grow online, because online growth needs original thinking, not mental leftovers from other people's feeds. So for the first 30 to 60 minutes, protect your attention like it is expensive. And honestly, it is. Next comes the habit that sounds boring, but changes how you feel all morning. Write down the one thing that matters most today. not 10 things. 1. Beginners often make the mistake of creating a huge to-do list to feel organized. But a giant list can become a fancy way to avoid starting. The brain likes clarity, not chaos disguised as ambition. A single target gives your morning direction. If you are learning a skill, that target could be edit one clip, write one paragraph, or outline one video. That is useful because small wins build identity. When you keep finishing small real tasks, you start seeing yourself differently, not as someone who is always getting ready, as someone who actually ships work. And that identity shift is worth more than a perfect mood. Here is a simple mental trick that helps a lot. Do the hardest thing before your brain has many excuses. Not the whole project, just the first ugly step. Open the file, put on the shoes, write the title, record the first sentence. The action is what breaks the spell. Waiting for confidence usually delays confidence. Action creates confidence faster than thought does. That is why morning habits are really not about mornings. They are about becoming a person who starts. And if you are trying to make money honestly online, that matters a lot. Because opportunities usually reward people who can begin without drama, not people who wait for the perfect mood. Now here is a quick Casper moment, because this is where people get funny. Some beginners treat their morning like a survival mission. They wake up, meditate, journal, stretch, read, plan, review, hydrate, and somehow feel behind by 8:07. That is not discipline. That is a routine that became self-punishment. The better question is simple. What morning habits make the rest of the day easier? That is the filter. If a habit does not help you think better, start easier, or stay calmer, it may just be decoration. A calm morning is not soft. It is strong in a quiet way. Because calm does not mean passive. It means you are not being yanked around by every notification and random thought. Let's connect this to real life for a second. If you wake up and instantly jump into chaos, your brain spends the morning catching up. If you wake up with water, light, one small action, and delayed scrolling, you start with a lead. That lead may feel small, but small leads matter, especially when you are building skills over months, not chasing overnight luck. And yes, the internet will keep offering you shortcuts. Quick fixes, miracle methods, productivity secrets, one weird trick, nonsense. But the basics are usually what people are trying hardest to avoid. Water, light, one task, delayed scrolling, clear priority, not flashy, just effective enough to repeat tomorrow. Let me give you a simple example morning. Wake up, drink water, open the window, leave the phone alone, and write the one task. That is already a decent morning for a beginner. You do not need a gold medal for waking up like a functional human. You need a system that lowers friction. Because the harder a morning feels, the more your brain looks for escape routes. And escape routes are usually just procrastination wearing a comfy hoodie. Here's another mistake people make. They use caffeine to replace structure. Coffee can help, but coffee is not a morning plan. If your day starts with panic, caffeine just makes a panicked person more awake. That is not the same as being effective. Structure beats stimulation. And structure is usually boring until you realize it saves your day. This is why science keeps pointing back to simple routines. Not because humans are complicated, because humans are predictable in annoying ways. Your brain likes cues. Your environment nudges your behavior before willpower even shows up. So make the right thing easier to begin. Put water where you can see it. Keep the phone away from the bed. Leave the notebook open. These tiny choices sound small because they are small. But small is often what makes habits real. You do not build a better life by trying harder for one morning. You build it by removing one bad morning habit at a time. That is a much less exciting message, which is probably why it works. And if you are waiting for a moment when everything feels clear, here is the honest truth. Clarity usually comes after movement, not before it. Start small, and the next step becomes visible. Stop trying to wake up like a hero in a movie. Wake up like someone building a life that needs less rescue. That is the real morning habit. Not a perfect routine, a repeatable one, not a hype machine, a launch pad. So tomorrow, do this in order. Water, light, one task, then phone. If you only do that, your morning is already more honest than most people's. And that is the part nobody likes to say out loud. The perfect morning is not the one with the most habits. It is the one that makes you more likely to become useful, focused, and calm again tomorrow. So if your mornings have felt messy, do not shame yourself for it. Just make the first hour less stupid. That one change can turn "I am stuck" into "I can actually start."